Yeah, it's a sucker out there. I won't say his name. He was elected to run Left Toe Records back in the 2000s when the big man got locked up, and he's out here saying some real. It's passive aggressive. It's weird. It's wild to me. Like, cause the nigga don't know me like that. First of all, he's a cop that's snitching on people. That's ratting. I don't know this man like that. I was gone from Left Toe way before he even, when he was when he was security. So now I gotta address this nigga because his daddy and them used to do some outlandish shit as part of the Compton Police Department. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say the truth, and that's the problem. Don't tell a lie about me, nigga, and I won't tell the truth about you. So you need to shut the fuck up. That's what you need to do, and keep my name out your mouth because you don't know me. We never spent time. We never did nothing together. Nothing.
Damn. See, that's where the problem comes when people only listen to half the things that I say. Because, quite frankly, I've always been a fan of DJ Quik and always said, even though I don't put him on Dre's level, I do put him up there as a producer. Y'all know I call most people beat makers, but I actually do call Quik a producer and a top tier. Now, I'm a little biased towards DJ Mustard now. As y'all know, I always say DJ Yellow, but DJ Mustard, just because this is what we're hearing currently. But I hate that DJ Quik is taking offense. I've been noticing him in the comment section of a lot of our videos lately, and I was like, "Damn, Quik is tripping." Now I know Quik is emotional. He's almost like a little female. Maybe that's why he wears hair like that. But I still like Quik, and think he was a hell of a producer. Now, everybody always, they're their go-to like they didn't know me or, because I was quiet around Death Row during my security days, Niggas had to get to me. I didn't have to be around them because I actually was richer than they were back then. So, I wasn't grouping around niggas. So, but trust me, he done dealt with me and he had to get things done in order to get things done at the studio. You know, it was access granted by Reggie Wright or his security. Quik, I don't know. I don't know if he's upset or if he just want to do these things and say these things because he's trying to build his YouTube channel, which I know I have learned that's how a lot of people like to do with me and even my boy Wack 100. It got people that get their monthly living off of me, off of, tapping at us. They can't get a view if they're not mentioning me or Wack 100. So I get it. Quik is more talented enough to get his channel, just teaching people how to do producing and use instruments and stuff like that. But apparently that hasn't been working for him. Even though he has 197,000 subs, I noticed he don't get any views. That's why most of y'all didn't even see this. So I don't know. I really don't know if Quik's mad or what he's mad about. But do he want me to make him my new Keefy D? Because, hey, I can direct people the correct way and get people to maybe cooperate on a Kelly Jamerson matter. Is that what you want, Mr. Quik? You remember why your bodyguard died? The dude from St. Louis, Biggie, we used to call him. Now he died, having a heart attack, stressing over that when the police was trying to talk to him. So I don't know if he's mad about that story. If he's mad about the story of running over a little kid driving recklessly down the street in Hawthorne.
Also, another thing about Quik that never has been put out there And I just like to put things out there so y'all can know. Quik was going through a lot of issues, beating himself up in 95, 96, because he had a traffic accident and he ran over and killed a young child. And that messed with him a lot.
And killing a kid? I don't know if he's mad about the story of me and Trayvon coming and getting him up at 3 in the morning. You come to my house at 3 in the morning? Man, don't knock on my door. You better be coming kicking at my door.
I mean, back in what, 01, you were witness to this. Then we go knock on David's door at 3 in the morning, Reg. We went and knocked on his door for Fat Boy, right?
Exactly.
And I was at his door, at 3 in the morning at Quik door. So it's like when he came to the door, they were scared, thinking something was going to happen to him. His whole family came to the porch, and you like he all right, Fat Boy want to talk to him because he owed Fat Boy what 200-something thousand for some beats that he did for some beats that was trash that he wanted his money back, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
So if I'm just saying, if I was this bitch, you know what I'm saying? You can't knock on my door if you this bitch type of dude that he calling me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not finna sit up and call a man no names over the internet, man. If I got a problem with you, then, it'll be what it'll be if it's really a problem. But with him, I just laughed at that, man. That was comical.
So I don't know if he's mad about that particular story. I don't know if he's mad. I never even told the story about why he went to jail when he beat up his sister, and his sister had a domestic problem out in Fontana. I don't even remember ever telling that story. I don't know if he's mad because I said I'm going to tell the story of his son going to jail for killing someone for his council person in Compton that he was working for, that is rumored to be his, well, I don't know if he's mad about that situation.
You doing it now?
Yeah, because the nigga done tapped at me. You don't get a freebie with me. You don't get a freebie. No, I ain't changed. I don't wear a thong. This is a motherfucking boxers on over here. No G-string over here. But, come on, nigga. You want to start talking that bullshit? Quick, because obviously you ain't going to do no interview over here. You know what happened in 2014. You know what happened and why your son killed that man for his lover. You know I know all the real. You want me to start talking about that shit on YouTube, dog?
I don't know if he's mad because Trayvon Lane, what he said about him, and doing what he was doing to his sister and checking Quik.
So let me tell you something about Quik. I was at Quik's sister house a few years back, right? And he didn't know I was gonna be over there. And I was at her house chilling, and she was like, you don't have nothing against my brother because he on his way over here. And I was like, nah, I ain't got nothing against Quik. You know what I'm saying? I'm laughing to myself because I beat this little second and none group up, and some other little things with the a leaked tape that All Eyes on Me got leaked out, and him and his buddy was behind it, and his buddy got a little discipline, so he had a little attitude over that too. You know what I'm saying? So All Eyes on Me got leaked out, found it, and brought it to light.
I told the story so the community knows about it a little bit. At the car wash.
Yeah, so David was a little upset about that, but he never brought it to my attention. He never said nothing to me. So like I say, if he had let me just go back to my story. I was at his sister's house, and she was like, you don't have nothing against my brother. I'm like, no. So when he comes, he walks in the door, he see me, it's like he see a ghost. On my mama, he almost ran back out the door. He was like, oh, Trey, you the last person I expected to see here. I ain't gonna lie. He was like, how you doing? And shake my hand, and he ran to the bathroom and called his manager, Black Tone. You know what I'm saying? So, and he stayed in the bathroom. I went in his sister's room and, talked to her for a minute and left. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, if you had this problem, if I was this bitch you called me, why you let me be at your sister's house and you didn't say nothing to me? You ran.
I don't know if he's mad because he didn't want Tony Lane and High C and all them to know that after they did that little situation at the office, how he went and met with Suge the next day and brought him a bag full of cash.
My security is at the gate talking about, Reg, you know, we got some niggas up at, about 15 dudes up here at the gate to see y'all. Like, who? Talking about they Suge cousin, Ronald and Donald. It's about, they. All right, keep them at the gate. Suge, Ronald Donald downstairs and Ronald tripping. What? So now there's only about 5 or 6 of us around, homies, or 6 or 7. And I'm like, and you know, sure, that the fool's crazy. He's like, I'm going down now, nigga, let me get enough people. And they got 15 dudes down there. So it was about 7. I know it was me, Trey, Gotti, Buntree, my boy Marquez, I remember Big Quez. Whatever security was working downstairs, probably Ricky Hill. I don't remember nobody else, to be honest. And sure, so we go to the gate, right? And so I still ain't letting them in. And Ronald like, open up the gate. Like, nigga, I ain't bringing all you niggas over there. So now I see a little short dude over there standing to the right with a assault weapon. And I'm like, oh, what the hell, Ronald? What you tripping? And he got High C and Tony Lane and Quik and all of them, all the like, you know, there was a bunch of them over there. Then he had a whole bunch of Hoovers, because that's who Ronald was cool with, because their brother-in-law was a Hoover. And they were over there, and so I was like, what the hell going on? Ronald, how you bringing people like this up to the office? I mean, y'all bring all these niggas to a Quik house late at night. And y'all, you know, and there was another incident that happened with Thomas. That was his name, Thomas from Hoover. There was another incident that happened the night before. I'll tell y'all that story too. And to my mama's house, I'm like, man, your mama live in the hood. Everybody know where your mama live. But anyway, she was like, what's up, Ronald? What's up? Because they cousins, but they, you know, neither one of them scared of each other. And so they going back, but they don't direct nothing at each other. They direct everything at everybody around. And so Ronald was like, man, y'all. And so now Ronald picking on my boy Gotti. Man, me and you got to take a fade. Me and you got to take a fade. And Gotti like, nigga, I don't take fades. But y'all, you want it to go down, it can go down right here. And you got to remember, our office is on Wilshire in Beverly Hills, right on the corner of San Vicente and Wilshire. And you got all these dudes sitting there, and a guy over there with an assault weapon, and you figure at least 5 more of them were armed. But we on this side, it would have been an okay shootout. But luckily, there was a level-headed dude there that was able to calm everything down. That was the other twin brother, Donald Knight. Donald got in the middle of it. And he was like, because we wouldn't open the gate. We was like, y'all ain't coming on here. And so Donald came over there and was like, what y'all tripping on Quik for? What y'all, you know, Quik, you know, we take care of Quik. You know, Quik with us. You know, meaning Lane, because Tony Lane and Ronald was real tight. You know, we went and did the video shoot for y'all. We did the song for Top Dog for y'all. You know, Quik been doing everything you want. Why you tripping on Quik? Why you tripping on Quik? And so then we were like, so anyway, it all got worked out. It was about to be some major gunplay, but luckily Donald and Suge and Ronald he about as hot head and stubborn as Suge. He wasn't with it, but Ronald, he knew he couldn't do nothing to his cousin, and I think he always kind of liked me, and so he knew they couldn't just go down there, But then somehow the next day, Quik and Suge secretly met at the hotel, the Beverly Hills. I remember they were at the Beverly Hills, the pink one, the Beverly Hills Hotel, the Polo Lounge. Those niggas met over there, worked it out, and was cool. I think Quik bought him a bunch of cash, and Suge got off a Quik tip, and I don't think they've been cool since.
I don't know. I don't know what situation got Quik mad. About the time when we was in New Orleans, when he was fake beating up his brother-in-law in the room. Funniest thing you would ever see. Y'all would laugh if y'all would have saw that. Wish somebody would have taped that. When he was beating up on his brother-in-law that was supposed to be in the security.
And so Suge was like, hey, what's up with that? Oh, I didn't know he had a gun on him. And Suge was like, man, Quik, you got to discipline him. You got, you can't be, And so that's when Suge was like, somebody got to deal with him. And Quik was like, no. I'll deal with him. I'll discipline him. And that's when Quik was over there hollering and hitting and hitting on this, probably really saving him, to be honest, which I got to respect Quik for that. Because I'm sure the brother-in-law would have rather took the ass kicking from Quik than one of Suge's big goons or homies. And so that's all that happened on that. It was an unfortunate situation, but that was just down. Tell you, on a road trip, somebody was always the butt of a joke or or some type of assault. And that's what happened, and he was just the butt of that situation. But Quik really, I don't even think he was really hitting him, but he really saved him. Where Quik probably preferred him putting hands on him than one of the homies or somebody like that putting hands on him.
I don't know if he's mad about what I told the story about Donzelli and the leaking of the All Eyes on Me.
One of the big homies that guy I respect, he ain't a big homie because he's younger than me. But he was like, Reg, you telling that story wrong, man. Donzelli not from Hollywood, which is a Piru area in Compton as well. He from Fruit Town or Treetop. I forget which one he said now. I think he said Fruit Town. He said, the Donzelli you talking about is from Fruit Town, homie. So he said, you need to correct that. So I'm correcting it. And so, but anyway, Donzelli was Quik's bodyguard. Quik was the one that mixed the album down, All Eyes on Me, not Dr. Dre. Quik did it. DJ Quik mixed down All Eyes on Me. And so he took it, and when you're mixing down the album, you get access to a lot of stuff. And Trayvon and somebody was up to Untouchable Sounds, my boy Melvin in Compton. Him and Big Spanky shop. Rest in peace, Spanky. And they were, I guess he sold them or he was bringing a bunch of tapes up there. And Trayvon and them heard them bumping the sounds, heard them bumping All Eyes on Me. They knew the music. Why? They were around the studio. But they didn't have access to it either because back then you treated your music like gold. You didn't let it out. You didn't want it leaked like you kind of want it leaked out nowadays. And so they heard it. Trayvon was like, where you got it from? And they was like, oh, Donzelli brought it up here. That's when Suge called the meeting. And this was a homie meeting, homeboy meeting, not no artist meeting or anything like that. The only artist probably was in there was Quik. If Quik was in there, I'm not even 100% sure that Quik was in there.
I don't know what Quik's mad about, but now I'm thinking about it. All that bitch shit that Quik did, I might be a little mad at Reggie too. If he was telling all those stories. Doing stories talking about, I'm a gangster. No, I'm not. I'm a gangster. No, I'm not. Maybe he's mad about that. I always wonder. Guess I'll get some stories and tell the stories about Quik and his boyfriend Theo. You know, the one that they always talking about was outside the situation. I always defended him on that. And Quik didn't have nothing to do with Biggie getting killed, which a lot of y'all think or knowing or being a lookout. I defend y'all to the T on that. So I notice him and Theo don't be hanging out like they used to. So I don't know. Don't know. But Quik, talking about you gonna tell stories about my dad. You don't know nothing about my dad, Quik. You was a buster in Compton. You better get clearance from the real street treetops and fruit towns before you go lie on Reggie Sr. You can lie on me. Tell your stories, whatever little stories you know about me. But I'll just warn you, Quik. You say you got some money. So go lie on Reggie Sr. I'm looking to sue somebody that got some money. I will sue your little bitch ass because that's what you are. Use a bitch. Quik. Don't tap at me, nigga. Get out of your comment section. Go build your YouTube channel by talking about music. Please, bro. You're a hell of a producer. Do what you do. I was thinking about going to your show in November at the Garden, in Garden Grove. Don't let me have to go to the show for another reason. Peace.
Hey, candy stove, sweet like sugar. Down south, shot it, she a looker. Ay, from the dirty, let us cook it.